my lovely students in 4th primary. Now, as division is one of the important operations in mathematics, just like multiplication, addition, subtraction, we will learn how to solve division problems using more than one way. هنتعلم أكتر من طريقة to solve the division. In the previous lesson, we learned the first way to solve the division problems, which is the area model strategy. In today's lesson, the partial quotients algorithm. We will learn about the partial quotients strategy and how to use it to solve the problems. Now, let's start by revising the area model strategy for division. We will do this in the activity model, match under access, page 311 in your school book. Let's see it all together. Here in page 311, as you see here we have two division problems. They're answered using the area model strategy. You are asked to write the equations. مطلوب مننا ان احنا نكتب equations that match the area models. Now I'll give you time to write the division equation to match the model in problem number 1, and don't forget to include the remainder. ما ننساش ابدا نحط remainder معانا. When we are back, we will review the answers all together. And now let's review the equations you wrote in your books, and then we can answer problem number 2. Here, as you can see, the model in problem number 1 has 3 numbers. This is problem number 1. Here I have 3 numbers. اللي هم ايه؟ 300 plus 60 and 18. The divisor is what? The divisor, as you see here, is 6. So, the quotients are what? The quotients are 50 with 10 and 3. Type. To find the dividend, what should I do? Yes, I will add the numbers inside the area model. اللي هي 300 plus 60 plus 18. Okay, let's add them. 300 plus 60 plus 18 equals what? Of course, the answer will be 378. Okay. Type. What about if I want to find the quotient? I will add the numbers outside the area model, which are 50 plus 10 plus 3. If I add 50 plus 10 plus 3, the answer will be equals to 63. And this is the quotient number. So the equation will be what? 378 divided by 6. 378, the biggest number, divided by 6 equals to what? Yes, the quotient or the answer is 63. Now we will do the same in problem number 2. Here's problem number 2. I will add the numbers inside the model to find what? To find the dividend. So I will add 4,000 plus 1,200 plus 400 plus 28. The answer will be what? The answer will be 5,628. Type. But take care, there is a remainder here. I have 3 remainder. So what should I do? I must add this remainder to the answer or to the dividend. Okay? So what should I do? هعمل 5,628 plus the 3, which is the remainder. So the answer will be 5,631. Don't forget to add the remainder to the dividend. طيب, what about the divisor? Here, as you see, the divisor is 4. So, to find the quotient, what should I do? Yes, I will add the numbers outside the area model, which are 1,000 plus 300 plus 100 plus 7. So, the quotient is 1,407, and this is the quotient number. So, what is my equation? Yes, I will write the biggest number, 5,631, divided by what? By the divisor, which is 4, and the answer or my quotient is equal to 1,407. Type. What about the remainder? Yes, I have the remainder will be 3. Don't forget to write the remainder here. And this was a quick revision on the division using the area model strategy. Before you move to a new strategy, we will play a game all together. Let's do it on the board. طيب دلوقتي أنا عايزة أسألكوا سؤال. What is the opposite of addition? Yes, of course, the opposite of addition is subtraction. Okay, multiplication is the same as repeated addition. احنا عارفين multiplication هو نفسه repeated addition. So, what is division same as? Division زيه زي ايه؟ Excellent, it is the same as repeated subtraction. A multiplication as repeated addition, division as repeated subtraction. So, what does this mean? هو ده معناه ايه؟ ده معناه if I write 4 times 5, that will what it will mean? Yes, it means that 5 repeated 4 times. تعالوا نكتبها كده. If I wrote 4 times 5, it means what? It means that 5 repeated 4 times or 4 repeated 5 times. So I can write 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. Again, 5 repeated 4 times. So I can write 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. And this is because repeated addition is the same as multiplication. Now, let's think about how multiplication is opposite of addition. In a division problem like 42 divided by 6. لو أنا عندي 42 divided by 6. So, I can use repeated subtraction to solve it. How can I solve it? By repeated subtraction. Now, let's have a look. We will subtract 6 from 42. وهنفضل نعمل subtracting 6 until we see what we will get. تعالوا نعملها مع بعض. So, I will start 42 to do 42 minus 6. 42 minus 6 equals what? Of course, 42 minus 6 equals 36. Again, I will subtract 6 from 36. So, 36 minus 6 equals 30. Again, 30 minus 6. I will keep doing this, subtracting 6. So, when I subtract 6 from 30, the answer is 24. And then again, 24 minus 6, it will give me 18. Again, can I subtract 6 from 18? Yes, 18 minus 6. So, the answer will be what? 18 minus 6, the answer will be 12. And then 12 minus 6 gives me another 6. Again, 6 minus 6 equals 20. Now, how many times have we repeated subtraction? عندنا subtraction قد إيه؟ تعالوا let's count كده. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. So, 6 is subtracted 7 times. Why? Because 42 divided by 6 equals 7. Okay? Now, this example has shown us the division is repeated subtraction. ورينا العلاقة ما بين إن division is as repeated subtraction. Also, subtraction will be very important in the division strategy we will work on today. We will start learning this strategy in the activity Partial Quotients Algorithm under Build Part, page 312. The word partial here يعني إيه partial? Partial يعني part. And that means we will solve the problems in parts. The example we have here is 897 divided by 4. تعالوا نعمله مع بعض. Yeah, let's write this example all together. Here I have 897 divided by 4. 897 divided by 4. Now we can notice here the problem is written in a different way. It is written in this way. I will write the problem like you see here, 897. Here is the 4. As you see, the dividend 897 goes under the line and the divisor goes to the left of the symbol. Let's see how we can solve this problem. أول حاجة we'll start with the first digit to the left اللي هو إيه؟ اللي هو 8. This is the first digit to the left. So, ask yourself, هو ال value بتاع 8 is what? Yes, كلنا عارفين إن ال value of this 8 is 800. Right? طيب, and then ask yourself again, هي 800 multiple of 4? Do you know a number when I multiply by 4 get 800? يعني 4 times what equals 800? Yes, from the patterns of multiplying by 10, 100, 1000, we know what? We know that 2 times 4 gives me 8. تعالوا نكتبها كده. 2 times 4 equals 8. And 20 times 4 equals 80. And 200 times 4 equals 800. Right? So, ده معناه إيه؟ ده معناه إن ال 800 divided by 4 equals to 200. right? 800 divided by 4 equals to 200. طب هكتب ال 200 فين؟ هكتب ال 200 as part of the quotient on the right side of the line. So I will write the 200 here on the right side. طيب this side I will write the quotient. This side I will write all the parts of the quotients. Now then we will write the product of 200 times 4. 200 times 4 gives me what? Yes, لسه قايلين 200 times 4 equals 800. I will write it under the dividend here. Okay? I will write here 800. بعد كده هعمل ايه؟ هعمل subtract. I'll subtract 800 from 897. So the answer will be, of course, 97. This is the first step. Then what should I do? This will be the dividend. Okay, now 97 دي هتبقى الديفيدند بتاعي. I will start another step. هعمل ايه؟ Ask yourself the same question. هي 97 multiple of 4? Is 97 multiple of 4? Of course no. هو في أي number هعمله times 4 gives me 97? No. I cannot find any number times 4 gives me 97. طيب we can think of 40 as it is. مش 4 times 10 equals 80. Right? 4 times 10 equals 40. طيب ممكن أفكر كمان في 80 because 20 times 4 gives me 80. You can choose the multiple you see is the correct one. Now let's try solving it by using number 40. 40 divided by 4 is 10, right? So I will write 10 under the 200. I will write 10 here, okay? Then what should I do? I will write 40 under the dividend. 10 times 4, 40, so I will write here 40. And then the next step, I will subtract the two numbers. So the answer will be 57. Then what should I do? I will use 40 one more time. هستخدم ال 40 تاني زي ما استخدمتها. 40 divided by 4 is 10. So I will write 10 as a part of the quotient, right? وهكتب ال 40 فين? Of course, I will write the 40 here under the dividend. Then what should I do? I will subtract these two numbers to get 17 here. Okay, then do you think 17 is multiple of 4? Ask yourself the same question. هي 17 multiple of 4? طيب هي 17 is very close. لا أنا عايزة أشوف multiple very close to 17 but less than 17. طب هي إيه multiples of 4? Yes, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. طب إيه أقرب multiple with smaller or less than 17? Yes, of course, it is number 16, right? So I will write 16 under the 17, okay? And what should I write here in the quotient? I will write 4 because 4 times 4 gives me 16. Okay, then I will subtract these two numbers, 17 minus 16, the answer will be 1. As we see, 1, it is less than the divisor, which is 8. مش 1 أقل من 8, so this is the remainder. The problem is now solved and I have finished this problem. طيب تعالوا نشوف بقى الquotient from all the numbers on the right side اللي هم إيه؟ اللي هم 200 و 10 و another 10 and 4. So when I add these 4 numbers, the answer will be 224. If I add 200 plus 10 plus 10 plus 4, so my quotient is 224. And what about the remainder? Yes, don't forget to put the remainder. Here I have remainder 1. 224 and remainder 1. There is something important here I need you to notice. في حاجة مهمة قوي عايزة أقول لكم عليها. We have remainder, so the dividend, which is 897, is not multiple of the 4, right? ما دام عندي remainder يبقى النمبر بتاع الديفيدند not multiple of 4. Now we have 4 division problems and we will solve them using the same steps. Let's see it all together on the board. Now here in problem number 1, the numbers are similar to the example we have just finished. So you can solve it on your own way. And now let's solve problem number 2 all together. Here's problem number 2 as you see. طيب, he wants me to divide 590 by 5. We'll start by looking at the first number to the left. اللي هو إيه؟ اللي هو 500 as you see here. And divide it by 5. طيب, ask yourself, هو ال 500 multiple of 5? Yes, of course, 500 multiple of 5. هو مش أنا لو قلت 5 times 100 equals 500? So, ال 500 divided by 5 is 100. طيب, هكتب ال 100 فين؟ Yes, I will write it on the right side. Okay? يبقى I will write here 100. Then what should I do? Yes, 100 times 5 gives me 500. So, I will write the 500 under the 590. Then, I will subtract these two numbers. 590 minus 500 equals, of course, 90. Then, what should I do? Ask yourself, here 90 multiple of 5? Yes, of course, 90 multiple of 5. Why? Because 5, the digit in the ones place is 0 or 5. When 90, ال ones place بتاعها 0 يبقى multiple of 5. So it will be very easy for me to know 5 times what gives me 90. Okay, is it easy for you? No, it's very difficult, right? So we will choose another multiple of 5 less than 90. هختار إيه؟ هختار 50. Why? Because 50 times 10 gives me 5 times 10 gives me 50. طيب, هكتب 50 فين؟ I will write the 50 under the 90. I will write 50 here. Then what should I do? I will subtract these two numbers, right? Okay. So, 90 minus 50 equals what? Equals 40. Okay. And then we will divide 40 by 5. هعمل 40 divided by 5. That's 40 divided by 5 equals what? مش احنا عارفين ان 5 times 8 gives me 40. So, I will write the 8 under the quotients, right? يبقى هكتب here 8. Then, what should I do? 48 times 5 gives me 40, right? يبقى I will subtract 40 from the another 40. The answer will be what? The answer will be 0. Now to find the quotient, I will add all the numbers on the right اللي هم إيه؟ اللي هم 100 and 10 and 8. When I add 100 plus 10 plus 8, the answer will be what? Of course, my quotient is equals to 118. And this is my answer. Now, let's move to problem number 3. Here's problem number 3. I want to divide 1216 divided by 3. يبقى هعمل إيه؟ Yes, I will decompose 1216 to find a multiple of 3. طيب, we can take 300. Why? Because 3 times 100 gives me 300. ممكن أقول كمان 600 because 3 times 200 gives me 600. وكمان ممكن أختار 900 because 3 times 300 gives me 900. Now we can choose 900 to be multiple of 3. يبقى the quotient will be what? The quotient will be 300. هكتبه فين؟ هكتبه at the right side here. Okay? Now, if I multiply 300 times 3, the answer is 900. So I will write the 900 under the dividend. I will write 900 here. And then I will do subtraction. Okay, as you see here, 900. And I will do subtraction. يبقى 1216 minus 900. The answer will be what? The answer will be 1300, and 16. Then we need to think هي 316 multiple of 3. Okay? طيب, تعالوا نشوف كده. Now we can take 300, right? As the answer. Okay? Then what should I do? I will write the 100 as a part of a quotient. So I will write here 100. Then what should I do? And I will write 300 under the dividend. عشان 100 times 3 gives me 300. يبقى I will write 300 here and 100 in the quotient. Then I will subtract 316 minus 300. The answer will be what? Yes, the answer will be 16. Okay, then what should I do? Ask yourself, hey, 16 multiple of 3? 16 multiple of 3? Of course no. 16 not multiple of 3. طب دلوقتي أنا عايزة أختار multiple of 3 close to 16 and less than it. هختار إيه؟ Of course هختار 15. Why? Because 3 times 5 gives me 15, right? طيب, what should I write in the quotient? Yes, I will write 5 in the quotient. So I will write 5 here as part of the quotient. وهكتب ب 15 فين؟ Under the dividend. بعدين هعمل إيه؟ هعمل subtraction. Of course, 16 minus 15, the answer will be 1. This will be my remainder. طيب, now to find the quotient, what should I do? I will add all the numbers at the right side. اللي هي 300, 100, and 5, right? تعالوا نعملها كده addition. يبقى 300 plus 100 plus 5. The quotient or my answer will be 405. Only, no, don't forget that we have remainder, which is 1. يبقى the answer 405 and remainder 1. Okay, now I'll give you time to answer problem number 4 to practice the new way we have learned today to solve the division problems. Today, we have learned how to use the partial quotient algorithm, and in the previous lesson كمان اتعلمنا how to use the area model for division. Let's now use our knowledge about these two strategies and check the division problem under Connect, page 313 in your school book. Let's move to this page. Okay, and this is the Connect part. Now I'll give you time to check the two ways used to solve the problem and find the similarities, الحاجات اللي زي بعض, with differences, الحاجات اللي عكس بعض, between the two ways. And when we are back, we will discuss your answers all together. And now when I asked a group of my students this question under Connect, حد فيهم قال لي that the two ways are similar. قال لي فعلا ال two ways زي بعض. Why? Because they both use the multiplication facts وكمان ال patterns with 0. The similarities in both used multiplication facts. Facts and patterns. Okay? طيب دي الحاجات اللي زي بعض في ال two ways. Okay. وكمان قالوا إن ال both ways the dividend could be decomposed in any way we like, and we should add all the partial quotients عشان أعرف ال final quotient. Okay? طيب the strategies are different because what? طب هما مختلفين في إيه؟ ال two strategies مختلفين في إيه؟ Because ال area model بنستخدم multiplication and addition. Okay? In the area model as you see here بنستخدم multiplication and addition. طيب what about the partial quotients model? The partial quotient model بستخدم ال multiplication and subtraction, وهو ده الفرق ما بين ال two strategies. These strategies will help us to solve different division problems like the problems under the practice part. Here you will find a group of division problems to solve using the partial quotients algorithm. Now let's see problem number 1. Here in problem number 1 says that the owner of a fruit market has 480 cups. عنده 480 cups. طب لو هو he wants these cups to last for 3 months. Okay? To last for 3 months. How many cups should he plan to use each month? هيستخدم قد إيه cups each month? We need to divide what? Yes, of course, the biggest number أو all the cups اللي هو 480 by 3. So 480 is the dividend وال 3 is the divisor. تعالوا كده نكتبها مع بعض. Okay, so this is the dividend which is 480 and this is the divisor which is 3. Then what should I do? Yes, I will write the dividend under the line and 3 on the left side. we will start with the first number to the left اللي هو ايه؟ 400. طيب ask yourself, هي ال 400 multiple of 3? Of course no, it's not multiple of 3. طب تعالوا نفكر في multiple of 3 close to 400 and less than it. زي ايه؟ Of course the easiest multiple of 3 close to 400 and less than it is 300. Why? Because 3 times 100 gives me 300, right? طيب هكتب ال 100 فين؟ The 100 is a part of the quotient, so I will write here on the right side. طيب, as we said, 100 times 3 equals 300, so I will write the 300 here. Then the next step, I will subtract these two numbers. هعمل 480 minus 300. The answer will be what? The answer will be 180. طيب, what is the next step? Yes, I will divide now 180 divided by 3. Ask yourself, هي ال 180 دي multiple of 3? From the timetable, we know that 3 times 6 equals 18. صح؟ كلنا عارفين إن 3 times 6 equals 18. And look here, I have 180. Now we know about the patterns with 0. عرفنا خلاص إن ال 180 is multiple of 3. طيب 3 times what equals 180? Of course 3 times 60 equals to 180, right? So 60 D is part of the quotient. That's why I will write here on the right side. Again, 60 times 3 equals what? Equals 180. So I will write here 180, subtract both numbers to get 0. Type. Now I want to find the quotient. What is the quotient? The quotient, I will add these numbers on the right side. So 100 plus 60 equals what? Equals 160, and this is my answer. This is the end of our lesson, and today we have learned a new strategy for division, which is called the Partial Quotients Algorithm. In the previous lesson, we learned how to use the area model for division. As we have learned more than one way to solve the multiplication problems, in coming lessons, we will learn new strategies to solve division problems. And now, if you need to have more and more practice to check your understanding, you can scan the QR code shown here on page 311 to have access to more problems. Thank you so much for your watching, and see you soon.